Hey everybody, how's it going? Glad to have you here. Thanks again for watching another one of my videos, and today we are going to talk about something that I keep saying over and over again. Is Toyota's and Lexus quality actually going down, or is it just engagement farming and rage baiting? Let's talk about it. As we all know, Toyota and Lexus have been well known for making very quality cars and very reliable products. Usually their cars are known for lasting a ton of miles, usually beyond 400, sometimes even 500,000 miles. The truth is, when it comes to social media, drama and negativity or controversial things, it's usually what get clicks. People that work as YouTubers and people who work in social media work on clicks, work on views, and they want you to click on your videos. And for some reason, negativity is the best thing for a channel. One of the things that's surprising is this video, which I didn't think it was controversial at the time when I recorded it, but look at how many views it has. It's a short. I'm going to link it in the description, by the way. I think it's funny, and I never expected people to react like that, especially because it was one of the first shorts that I made for the channel. And all of my other videos are like positive things that I like, my recommendations, or just discussing the news. And you can see the difference between that short and the rest of my videos. Like, my videos are growing at a nice pace for my channel size. Like, they're actually surprisingly higher than I thought when I started this channel. But you saw how many views this short has. And again, it has to do with controversy. So that brings us to what's going on with Toyota. Let's just go to YouTube real quick. And over here, I just typed Toyota quality down, and you can see we have several videos talking about that. We got Scotty Kilmer, who's a big Toyota person. We're going to talk about the car care now in a bit. But we have 1, 2, Toyota Tacoma, huge trouble, Toyota becoming unbuyable. One of the things that is funny about these videos talking about Toyota quality going down, and you see it all over social media like TikTok, Twitter, etc., is that all of them are dedicated to just one car and a very specific year models. It's not all the cars. Actually, their cars have waiting lists right now, while other brands like Stellantis and American brands have a ton of cars sitting on the lots. Toyota has actually waiting lists. So people have to sign up to get a car. That means they're actually selling a ton. Why they're selling a lot? Because those cars last a long time. And yeah, of course, there have been things with Toyota in the past. No company is perfect. And like I like to say, no car is perfect either. But just because one car had a big problem, yeah, let's face it, an engine issue is a huge issue, then everybody's saying that the whole brand is falling apart. It really isn't. Their cars are still solid as they were. One of the things is, if you buy the car where they just changed everything, and this is one of the reasons why I bought my IS, is because I don't want to wait for the refresh. I know there's going to be a refresh, I think maybe in 26, 27. I could have waited, but I didn't, because I like the IS the way that it is right now. And if they do a refresh in 27, then I'll probably have to wait another 3 years, because if you buy the first year of that new refreshment, there will be problems. Fortunately, Toyota is good at resolving these problems. Even though they're making all these videos about the Tacoma having these issues, Toyota's actually come out to replace the whole engine block. That's a lot of money. That's going to cost them a ton of money to replace the whole engine for those cars. They just want to take care of the whole problem once and for all, not just patch it, not just zip tie it and band-aid it. They want to take care of the whole thing, and that's the way that they do things. So here is a segment that I want you to listen from the Car Care Nod AMD. He has a fantastic channel. He's a great mechanic, very knowledgeable and super passionate about the brand that he works on. Highly recommend his channel, by the way. But let's listen to a segment where I think a lot of people are missing something about the actual quality of Toyota.
Toyotas are very high maintenance cars, and this will make some folks, are you serious right now? Yes, I am. They've always been high maintenance cars. They love their maintenance. And they really require it. It's a big requirement for them to last long. Now, some other brands are also the same way, but some, even if you maintain them, they won't last. They're not meant to last. But that recipe with Toyota is exactly the same. The only thing that changed, they used to be more neglect tolerant. They are not anymore. That is one thing that changed. And here's the biggest problem with Toyota. It actually comes from the outside, not from the inside. See, I told you that Toyota in the 90s and 2000s, things were at the top. But you know what also was at the top? People caring for their car. That was the peak period of people getting involved with their cars. People had no problem going at 30,000 miles and spending a fortune to maintain the car. Spark plugs, wires, timing belt, fluids, every single fluid got replaced at every 30,000 miles, and people did it on time. Nobody complained. This is the price of admission for this car to last 20, 30 years, and here we are 20, 30 years later, and they're still here. Today, there seems to be a race for people or competition who can neglect their car the best and come up with 101 reasons why that is a good idea. And one of those reasons are there's advancements in modern technology and fluids have changed, engines are broken down and they're high tolerance engines, they can last. Well, let me break it down to you in the old mechanic fashion. Nothing have changed.
And that right there, I think, is the issue that Toyota is having right now. He goes on to say that it has to do with social media and people, trying more and more to kind of like push their cars. Like I've seen a lot of channels saying like, well, if you test the oil, you really don't have to do the 1,000-mile oil change. Or if you test the oil with this oil, you can actually go more than 10,000 miles. And as he explains it, because again, he's a mechanic that's very knowledgeable. He has lots of years of experience. The fluids and the stuff has not changed much, or probably at all. And one of the things that I'm going to add to this is it's not just YouTube, it's not just people in general. I'm not sure if this is the brand itself that's pushing it or if it's the dealership. See, on the Toyota side, they want to do the first oil change at 10,000 miles. I took my Corolla to service at 5K. They didn't change the oil back then. I changed it. And then we're going to take it to 10K. They are going to change the oil now because that's included. With my Lexus, the brand new one, at 5,000 miles, they're not going to change the oil. They're just going to do tire rotation, which I don't know what tire rotation they're going to do because it's a staggered tire size. And I actually, I talked to one of the service representatives from the dealership, and I told him like, well, I'm just going to come and pay for the first oil change at 5,000 miles if you're not going to include it. And he actually started telling me that you really don't need that you can wait to 1,000 miles because oils right now are better because you're running synthetic oil. And I think that's a problem because I am going to pay for my 5,000-mile oil change. I don't care. And just a little tangent here. I know there's going to be people in the comment section below telling me to just do the oil change myself. I work 70 hours a week. It's hard to do the oil change yourself when you work 70 hours a week. So I'm just going to take it to the dealership. I'll pay for it. I don't care. Thankfully, I'm blessed that I have the money to pay for it comfortably. But it kind of bothered me a little bit because there's a lot of people that just want to take care of their car and they want to follow whatever the dealership tells them. And when the dealership tells them, yes, your car can go 10,000 miles and they do only 10,000 mile oil change, then when they're at 60,000, they might start burning oils or they might start having problem because like he said, Lexus and Toyota used to be very resisting to people neglecting them, and they're not anymore. And I think the dealerships are actually going the other way. Instead of telling people, hey, you have to maintain this car more often, you have to come for oil changes more often, they're actually doing the opposite, both with Toyota and Lexus, which to me is a concern. So, if you want to take care of the car, make sure you always do at least 5,000 miles oil change, regardless of what the dealership tells you. Another thing that usually people don't take into account is you don't just change the oil, you need to change other fluids too, including transmission fluid, especially since 90% of Toyotas and Lexus out there, I think all Lexus, every single Lexus right now, there's no Lexus manuals that I can recall, at least not in recent years. For all of the Toyotas, maybe except for the Supra and the GR86, they're all auto. And you have to change that transmission fluid. It's not lifetime. If you don't change it, you will have problems in the future. Like at some point, your car may last, but at some point, it probably will die. So it is very important that not only it's not about oil changes. You may have your oil changes religiously every 5,000 miles, but if you neglect all the other fluids, you're going to have problems. So I'm going to leave it here. That's one of the things that I wanted to talk about. This really is not a quality issue with Toyota. It's a mix of people neglecting their car, Toyotas not being, resistant to neglecting, and also the dealerships, instead of recommending the car to be maintained more often, they're doing actually the opposite, which again, why does that make sense? But maybe I heard from another YouTuber that it's a marketing thing because people just don't want to maintain their cars. Actually, that's one of the reasons why people want to drive AVs, because they don't want to do any maintenance whatsoever, which is not correct. You still have to change tires and brake pads kind of often because those cars are pretty heavy. But anyways, leave me your thoughts down below. Do you think the Toyota quality is going down? Would like to hear from you. Remember, if you like this video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more videos, and I'll see you in the next one.